Hey, this is Scott, K7GSG from Portable Ham Radio. I'm going to talk to you about building my 20-meter dipole antenna. First home brewed antenna I've ever made, and so here's what I'm going to do and show you here how I made it and what you can do to do it yourself. So what I did is I bought this Ballam, the one-to-one Ballam, off of Amazon. And I'll put a link into it that you can do. And so as you can see, I've attached wires to the end of this Ballam. It's a 14 gauge wire, and it's for the 20-meter dipole. I made them 17 feet, and it's based off a calculation from this webpage. So I used this table from Ham Universe, ham antenna links from their page. As you can see, it's a chart that shows all the different bands. As you can, ham bands is right there. And if you look down at 20 meters right there, it's got 16 feet 4.9 for a quarter wave. So I made two of those ends at it's actually 17 feet, so they can be adjusted. And so then you can adjust it to the length that you need to make it resonant on whatever frequency. So for my adjustments, you can see I got these end caps here, resonators that you can hook up into the tree. And as you can see right here, all I did was just pull this through, and then I put a wire tie on the end of it right here. And then I just pull out the length I want, and then I just pull this up, bend it up to whatever I want to do. So I just tried this out right at this length right here. So I will do an SWR meter reading on it when I get it up in the tree to see how it works. Then I hook off just wire ties in the end so that I can hook up rope or D-clamps to it, whatever I want to do. I use this resonator to hook it to the top of my antenna. All I got to do is just slide this underneath here and on top, and it'll just hook onto the wires up there, and I can run it up real quick. And so if I ever change wires or do something, real easy to go and change it out. So I can make these wire links any length I want for any band I want. And when I do that, then I can just put them on there and just adjust them to make them work. I thought about doing longer ones. This is 14 gauge wire. It's pretty stiff. It's a stranded 14 gauge wire that's coated and pretty stiff. And so it's really kind of hard to have a real long length in it to adjust for different sizes. So anyhow, so I'm just going to cut other lengths to do other bands like 17, 15, so that I can make this an adjustable antenna to work for whatever band I want. So a little bit later, I'll take this antenna up to St. Edward State Park and do a POTA activation and see how it works. So until then, this is K7GSG for Portable Ham Radio. To get my dipole up in the air, I used my slingshot and this combination. Mounted a reel with a sinker on the end of it. I shoot with a slingshot onto this PVC pipe. Then I put that down, and then I shoot it up there and reel it back in to bring my antenna up. So that seems to work really well. Okay, this is Scott, Kilo 7 Juliet Sierra Golf. And I am here at St. Edward State Park today on January 20th, 2020, Martin Luther King Day, and I'm doing an activation of St. Edward's Park, Kilo 3261, with my homemade 20-meter dipole antenna. So we're going to see how it works today. And I've just got it thrown together. I want to run out here really quick while it wasn't raining. It's not a bad day here in Bothell, Kenmore area of Washington. It's about 54, no rain, so I thought I'd get out here and give it a try while the weather's nice. And because I'd like to use this antenna for Winter Field Day next weekend coming up. So this is K7GSG, and we'll see you on the other side, and you can find out how my activation went. And here's a shot. I got the antenna all hooked up there. Now I'm just about ready to host it up into the tree. Just not gonna go up very far. Just want to go up a little ways up and just give it a try and just see how it does on 20 meters. And so I made it so I can adjust the ends, and I will get back on the air and I'll show you what the SWR comes out when I get up in the tree a little bit. This is K7GSG. You can see the antenna's up maybe about 30 feet, maybe about 30 feet up in the air. And not spread out too good, but just want to get it up there in a shot, give it a try, some branches in the way, but we'll see how it does on the air. So as you can see, I got the antenna up in the air. I made it so I could adjust it. but I put it up in the air without adjusting it. And so right now at 14,250, it's 1.6 SWR. I've got like 17 feet on both sides, so I can adjust it through the angles and bring more line in. It comes out 1-to-1 right around 14.3030, as you can see right here. So if you're doing 1-to-1, 1420, 1430, right there. So if you're doing CW and stuff, it's tuned really good for that. And also down, if you're going to do FT8, that area would be really good. I'll set up for that. But I can adjust it. But right now I'm just do voice on this one. I got a tuner on my ICOM 7100, so we'll give it a try and we'll see how we get out with it. This is K7GSG. CQ parks in the air, CQ parks in the air. This is Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf. Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf, parks in the air from Kilo 3261, St. Edward State Park in Washington. I hear a Whiskey 7 station real faint. Can you come back? No copy on the Whiskey 7. This is Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf. Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf calling CQ parks in the air. CQ parks in the air from Kilo 3261.
Alpha, Charlie 0 Alpha.
Alpha Charlie 0 Alpha, you're 5959 into Kilo 3261, St. Edward State Park.
Yeah, QSL the 59. You've also got a nice signal into Kansas, near Kansas City on the Kansas side. You're 59 plus, again. The name is Bill.
Oh, nice to meet you, Bill. Thanks a lot. Yeah, like I said, I'm doing a homemade dipole that I just threw up in the tree, just made today, and I just want to get in and try it out. Had some time, so thanks a lot for coming back and helping me out in the activation. This is Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf.
Okay, 73, and thanks for the new one, and hope you work a lot more. AC0A is clear.
All right, and it's Alpha Charlie 0 Alpha, right?
QSL.
All right, thanks a lot, and for the 73. This is Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf calling CQ for parks in the air. The November 0 station?
Norway 0, Radio Zulu.
Norway 0, Radio Zulu, you're 5555 into St. Edward State Park in Washington.
Okay, good afternoon. You are 55 also 55 into Southwest Kansas. Thank you, 73.
All right, thanks a lot for the contact in 73. QRZ, Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf going CQ for parks in the air from Kilo 3261, parks in the air. Whiskey 7 station, Whiskey 7, this is Kilo 7, Juliet Sierra Golf. All right, Whiskey 7, Whiskey, X-ray, X-ray. And here's where I operated from today. I operated from my car today at Kilo 3261 for my activation, for POTA activation. Just did it right from the back seat of my car, and you see right back up there that green wire line is the antenna that was up. It's about 30 feet and got great signal reports on it, so worked really successful. Okay, this is K7GSG, Scott back here again. I just finished up my activation of Kilo 3261, St. Edward State Park in Washington. Here's my log. I know my handwriting's not that great, but I've got it down. I got 22 contacts in about 48 minutes. Started at 2:18 and I ended right around 3 o'clock. That'd be 2300 UTC. I got contacts from Washington here all the way out to New Brunswick, Canada, and Florida. So it was actually pretty good. So my antenna did really well, got really good reports on it. So I can't complain. I'm going to have to use this again. I'm going to try this antenna out and use it for winter field day in my backyard. But I wanted to try it out. First time I've ever built my own antenna, and it worked really well. So anyhow, successful activation of St. Edward State Park here in Washington. And thanks a lot, everyone, for the contacts. And 73, this is K7JSG.